Hi, I'm Anna Duarte McCarthy, and I'm one of the members of the Bernards Township Democratic Committee. I joined the BTDC, as we call it, at its inception. I was part of the team that worked on launching the BTDC and getting everything in order so that we were incorporated and able to function as a committee. It's something that I am really committed to. I think it's important to be involved actively in our community. And I've met phenomenal people by being a member of the BTDC and continue to support its mission and its objectives. But just a little bit about me. I moved to Basking Ridge back in 1996. So we've been here more than 20 years. I live here with my husband, Michael, and my daughter, Alyssa, who's now gone through Basking Ridge school systems and is now thriving in New York City in a wonderful role there that she has. About myself, I am someone who's had a long time focus on diversity and inclusion. I went to graduate school, minored in multicultural counseling, had early work in higher education, running an equal opportunity program, and then moved into the corporate sector to work in what was then the emerging area of diversity and inclusion. That's been a lifelong passion for me. I had the opportunity to do that for more than 20 years in a Fortune 500 financial services company and was able to have impact around the world. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and as a child, we lived in Oregon, and my parents went to the airport when Hubert Humphrey came on one of his campaign stops. And my parents, now think back in time, used to show slideshows as family entertainment. And one of the pictures we loved was our family at the airport when Hubert Humphrey was running for president. My dad and mom are immigrants. My dad came here to pursue a residency at Morrisania Hospital. My mom followed a couple months later. And as immigrants from the Dominican Republic, they were often the only ones in communities and often, were different and or might have faced discrimination as we did as children growing up. So my parents always instilled in us a very strong belief that no one should define your experience based on simply your characteristics. Because of that being different in communities and from time to time having faced bias, I have always been focused on equity and respect and inclusion. It's been something that was a driving passion for me throughout my life. In the last few years, I became more interested in politics because I saw the narrative in this country really shifting. And rather than evolving and moving toward more inclusion and more respect, we were divisive. We were bringing up the ugliness that is part of the culture and history of this country. And when we think back over the last few years and the language that's emerged, we've pivoted to a really challenging place. And even here locally in this community, there was things said about people in our community of Muslim faith centered around the development of the mosque that were hurtful. That gave rise to what I call the ugly side of America. We're a country that's based on a history of slavery, and those isms have persisted, and they're just very, very amplified right now. So I think it's really important to be part of the Democratic Committee because our values, while are shared, I think, with people across many parties, they're very much instilled around respect, inclusion, equity, and I think one of the things that we can do is to be part of what we want to see in the world. Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." I don't want to be a bystander right now.